Can Venus placements show where a guy will meet his spouse? This is a new series that I wanted to try because when I would read people's charts, I would always find out how they would meet their spouse by at least 90% of the time. In the beginning, I was bad at this stuff, but now I'm pretty good. Not just spouse, but fiance as well. Very rarely you come across astrology content where someone is mentioning the fiance. They only refer to spouse, but the fiance is important as well. I learned fast in 2021 that finding out how someone meets their spouse cannot be reliant on a Jupiter or a Venus placement. So as of today, I don't even use it. Yet I am still successful with the results. You gotta think also, using that method is bad because someone may end up becoming a homosexual. Then they marry someone of the same sex, which at least 95% of astrologers will miss. See, you gotta think Venus represents wife or girlfriend, even a female fiance in a guy's shot or even a female shot, but you don't know what someone's sexual orientation is or what their sexual orientation will be exactly as the years go on. So just using Venus to say, okay, this guy will marry a woman would be invalid. I come across lots of videos of people saying Jupiter and Venus can show how someone meets his or her spouse. I want to do a research study and I think it's great content. Let's start with Will Smith, and his chart is a perfect example as to why the tropical and the sidereal charts do not even show the same thing, especially when it comes to meeting a spouse. First, let's look at his sidereal chart. Instantaneously, once I see the seventh lord or ruler in the photos, I know tons of ways on how he could have met his spouse. One way is in his home, vehicles, residence, or the state he was born in. Surprisingly, he met both of his wives in the country he was born in, but it's still not a definite answer. Today.com had the information, and you can see he met his first spouse through his friend actually. Yes, he went to meet Jada through the introduction of friends, but instead he met his first wife. Okay, in 1994, he legitimately met Jada, and in his sidereal chart, Venus is in the sixth house of jobs. He met Jada at his job called the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, as proven in this article by People's Magazine. Here's the catch though, Venus in his tropical chart is not in the sixth house. In fact, nothing really shows Will Smith meeting his spouse in the ways he actually met them. The closest placement in his tropical chart you can say is his seventh lord being in the photos. He met Jada in a home environment, but was it actually really his home? If you get what I'm saying, unless he actually lived on the set, which is pretty common for actors to do. Yes, wherever you stay, even temporarily for a residence, falls under the photos. It could even be for a week. This means his tropical chart is useless in determining how he met any of his wives, unless he actually really lived on set. I guess with Venus being in the fifth house and the fifth house having to do with stage play, performing arts, entertainment, and I guess acting in this case, yet it's still not a definite answer. Like if you paid me money just to say that, you wouldn't even believe what I'm saying. Unless the Venus aspect onto the 11 house is why he met them through his friends. See, this is too sporadic, erratic, and not concrete enough for me to tell a person that had sent me money this type of stuff, which is why I would rarely use a Venus placement to do this. If I look at his moon chart, there is a similar placement in there that shows meeting his spouse in a home-like setting. Apart from that, the seventh lord is in his 11th house. So you can see how he met his wife through his friends in the moon chart. In his moon chart, Venus is in the first house, and obviously he met Jada in person. If you think about it, the moon chart shows better ways of how he met both of his wives. Let's focus on the sidereal chart and the Venus placement. It's in his sixth house of jobs. So I guess the Venus placement worked in this case. Hardwill went to an astrologer who only reached tropical before he met his first wife to find out how he would actually meet his first wife. Then he would have gotten it wrong. Let's say I was alive at that time, then I would have gotten it correct, because I don't even like using tropical nowadays to find out how someone meets their spouse for reasons exactly like this. Anyways, follow me on the other apps. There will be more videos to come.